everyone. Welcome to Heads and Dovetails. I just don't know where the time goes. It's myself, Jill Harvey Bush, and of course, as I always say, it's the start of our little podcast, the lovely Jamie Hubbard.
I'm not lovely, but I'm fabulous.
Well, you look very cuddly this morning,
I don't know what it
Jamie.
is, Jill. I think it's an old age thing. I think I'm getting older, and now I feel because of all the running around I have to do in the night to make sure Lucy's all right and whatever.
Mm.
You're up and down. So when I was younger, I used to sleep in bed with nothing on, and life was great. And then you get out of bed a lot, and you just think, I'm going to wear pajamas. I've lately got into lately we're coming out of winter now, but socks. Oh, I'm loving bed socks.
Oh no, give me a hot water bottle to warm the bed any day.
Yeah, well, if I'm getting out of bed and
Oh,
wandering around and then coming
yeah.
back, your feet go cold and then you can't get them warmer. You need bed socks if you're running around in the middle of the night. You haven't got all this. I've got all this. Um,
No, we
so
have
yeah.
two cats who bash on the door at kind of 4 o'clock in the morning one day this week. And they
Ah,
listen. I think if you don't answer quickly enough, I try and ignore it so not to train them to do it. But then they've learnt to run full pelt. I know which cat it is. I mean, Silvio's a much larger one. So when he runs full pelt and knocks the door, it's wallop, and the bedroom door vibrates. And you just think, oh, goodness me, 4 o'clock in the morning, I'm going to ignore it. And in the end, you can't because it's bash, bash, bash. In our old house, we could shut the cats, in the kitchen because the cat flap used to come into the kitchen, and that was great. In the bungalow, the cat flap's by the front door, so we can't shut them out this end of the bungalow.
no.
Anyway, as we start, we digress. I've been out in the garden with a little bit of sunshine we've got, although here we go, the weather. It's gone very cold this morning. I was out for about 6:30, filling up the car with some petrol. No, I wasn't doing oh my goodness, petrol prices are going up. It needed filling because I've got yet another trip up and down the A303 and M3 tomorrow in Stonehenge. Please be kind to me tomorrow. And I was just filling up with petrol, not because of the world crisis going on. And I got out the car and the wind was whipping along and it was freezing, absolutely freezing. I thought, well, I won't be doing any gardening today. But like you, I've started getting out in the garden. I have planted some seeds. So I've been in the greenhouse using the old wallpaper table. That's my temporary potting table.
Yes.
And sorting out the wild area. Because Clive seemed to think in his head that wild areas of wildflowers don't need managing. You can just leave them. He's realized after last summer, because we couldn't get to it, because of all the building work and stuff that was all just piled up all over it and around it, if you don't do something, we just ended up with all the wildflowers disappearing. I mean, things like burdock as well we had in there, and big wild daisies, and they've all gone, and all we had was nettles, cleavers all over the place, of course, because it just goes mad, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And loads and loads of kind of the like buttercups, they're not buttercups that just spread everywhere. It's not celandine either. And dock leaves. I mean, huge, great dock leaves.
Nice.
So I was like, I really have to tackle, I
Yeah.
really have to tackle
Yeah.
this corner. Luckily, we've got clay. So because it's been raining, I mean, well, you walk around and come back in on your welly boots with 2 inches of mud, so you grow while you're gardening. And my jeans, even though I was kneeling on stuff, were absolutely caked in mud. It's
Yeah.
perfect for digging out huge, great roots here. So you
Yeah.
could get in and
Yeah.
loosen, pull, and I was bringing up, roots, I'm not joking, sort of 30, 40 centimeters
Yeah. It's
from the
wonderful.
dock leaves, which at the top, of course, look really small. But I thought, you're not going to fool me. I know
I
what's
know.
down here.
We
I know
know,
what's
don't we?
waiting.
We
We
know.
we know what's waiting to appear.
I mean,
So,
really, with that sort of with something like that,
mm,
you could be talking 90% of the weight or the volume of it is
mm,
below ground,
it is.
isn't it? It's crazy.
Don't I know
You wouldn't
it?
think it.
No, no, and that's why it's a perfect time of year. Some of them are just starting to shoot, if you know what I mean. So you see that kind of inch appearing, and it looks really small. And I think, no, I know what you were last year. So in I go with the spade. I try not to disturb too much. Actually, the fork, I was using a fork, loosen the soil. And because it was the right consistency, pulling it out. So I knew I have a rush against the weather because if
Mm.
it starts to get sunny, our clay, of course, just goes very quickly
Oh,
rock
hard. Yeah.
solid and you
And then you won't
cannot
get
get them
them.
out. No, you
No.
won't get them out by love nor money, not to that depth. You try and pull, and of course they break off. So yeah,
It
you're
is
quite right.
it is
Big
timing,
bags.
isn't it, as well?
Mm, mm.
So that for you is timing. I'm just doing mine. And as we
You're
just
getting rid of
quickly,
ivy, aren't you?
yeah, I'm getting rid of ivy up the cherry tree at the top of the garden. Um, where the tree house was, the tree house is coming down. And I sort of looked at it a while ago and thought, you're carrying a lot of weight with the ivy. Now, I thought it was a lot of weight. I've now taken about 17 bags. Now, these are decent bags, not shopping bags, bigger than that, of ivy off the tree. I'm more than 50% way through the tree. I've got to go next door and attack it from their side. That's the next thing to do. After one more branch this side. And I thought ivy weighed a lot. I thought it was
No, it
really
doesn't.
quite heavy, but there's nothing to it. I mean, these some of these bags, I've got one bag that is quite big. It must be 3 foot tall. Yeah, it must be 3.5 foot tall and quite a diameter, 22 inches diameter. And even with that cut up ivy into small pieces so that it fills the bag, it doesn't weigh much. The trunk parts of ivy is a bit pathetic, really. I mean, you can feel
Mm,
that it's not woody like a tree.
no.
It's a softer substance, fibrous, whatever it is. What's the word? Thing.
Fibrous, yes.
Oh, it's just fibrous, yeah.
Yeah.
That is there to carry moisture. That's all it does. It carries nutrients and moisture, does its thing. Um, but
And also
17 bags?
the roots aren't long on ivy when you pull it. You
No.
know, it just runs, doesn't it, all along the garden or all the way down
Yeah.
the tree. So it doesn't have loads of mud or anything like that stuck to it. And
Yes.
that helps. I mean, you say you have so Jamie, you haven't been picking your ivy leaves to make washing liquid, laundry liquid. You can use very good. His head's
Head
going down in
drops. Head
shame.
drops.
In
Sorry.
shame.
Sorry, Jill. I've thrown
Yes.
17 bags away and 16 bags of those were the leaves.
You could have
Oh,
made lots of laundry liquid with that, Jamie.
can you?
Yeah, you can use
This is
ivy leaves.
Nancy
They've got that.
Birtwhistle, isn't it?
This is Nancy Birtwhistle. This is absolutely Nancy Birtwhistle.
Which I get, but I'm not on that page yet, Jill. I'm not on that page.
Talking of which, I ordered three. So we're going to digress here. I ordered three books. As soon as she said her new one was coming out, her Clean Magic, I ordered three books and I thought this will be great. I'll put one in Jackson's stocking for, his Christmas stocking because it was back in November she advertised her new book was coming.
I was gonna say you are so prepared for this year. It isn't even, it's just gone March and she's already got Jackson's Christmas stocking ready already. That's 9 months away.
Well,
Good
I knew
grief.
the idea was to help fill his Christmas stocking because he still has a stocking he's now just turned 33 this week. And I'd put in the washing soda and I put in the green bleach, the sodium bicarbonate, and I put in a big jar of bicarbonate and I put a couple of bottles so he can make the spray. So I did all of that. And then, of course, the book actually it wasn't published till the 19th of February. So I know,
Uh,
and I thought, well, that's okay. If it's published on the 19th of February, I can give it to him for his birthday, which is first week in March. Not a problem. But I could see his face at Christmas, undoing his Christmas stocking, going, a jar of washing soda crystals, Mum, a jar
thanks,
of
Mom.
this. Thanks, Mum. And
Thanks, Mom.
I couldn't tell him what was going to happen because, of course, it was part of his birthday present.
Mm.
Anyway, the three books arrive sort of about the 22nd because they're published. I'd already pre-ordered one for my sister, one for Jackson. I came and unfortunately they were in a bad batch that hadn't been made properly. So when
Oh,
you open the books up, they were completely away from the spine of the book, the cover. And on the inside cover, there wasn't the inner piece of paper that's normally there, that there was in the
oh.
back, and some of the back was unstuck. I was just like, oh no. And this is, I need to get them in the post pretty quick for birthday presents. Anyway, shout out. Nancy Burt was sort of amazing. I messaged her on Instagram. She came back and said, so sorry, we've just found out. I've just found out from my publisher there's a bad batch of them. You're not the only one. Please contact, Waterstones, which is where I bought them. And shout out to Simon at Waterstones. He was excellent. As soon as I said, these were a birthday present for the first week in March, and he said, as soon as I get it for you, I will send them out to you first class. He said, we shouldn't be getting them
Yeah.
until the following week. And I thought, oh God, that's going to be really tight. And true to his word, I had ordered, as I said, I'd ordered three and they sent me four. So, so I only ordered three, and he said, "No, that's fine. Don't worry about sending it back." And I said, "Do you want the three that are kind of coming apart?" Because obviously it was in the sticking process of joining it. There was the issue, and there was like, no. So I've ended up with seven books, which is great because the present I'll have to
You
repair
can
them, try
glue
and
those together
That's what
yourself
I'm.
now.
This is what I'm going to try and do. So watch out, Jamie. Guess what you're going to be getting a copy of?
Oh, excellent. And guess what you'll be doing at some point this year? A bookbinding course. You'll find a book. This was,
Well,
oh, Jamie, I found it so fascinating gluing this and doing that. And, oh,
you know me
those,
well.
yeah, bookbinding, you'll love it. Honestly, you'll love it. All the tools
Don't,
you'll have to
no,
buy.
no, no, stop tempting me. Stop tempting me. But going back to the garden, so that's all. Anyway, Jackson got the book, and when he opened it on his birthday this week, he went, "Ah, now I
It,
understand my Christmas stocking." And he
oh,
said, "I
God.
thought at Christmas, Mum, this is great. You've given me all the ingredients to make something, but it would be nice to have the recipe book." He said, "At least I've now got the recipe book." So, because there would be ones where he'd said, "Mum, what would Nancy do? Can you tell me what Nancy would do for, I don't know,
Oh,
removing stains?" He made the mistake last year of going to Goodwood. Obviously, he loves cars. Went to Goodwood. It was hot and dry. He wore a white polo shirt, carrying his rucksack with his camera and everything in it because he's very much into photography. And of course, what he discovered was that all the dust and dirt was coming up where he was hot and sweaty. It was then sticking to his shirt. And
nice.
it's like, how do I get this out? So now he knows. But anyway, I digress. So, yes, it was a Nancy Birtwhistle. And in fact, talking of gardening, I used her trick to clean all the green slime and slabs outside our front door because over the
Oh, what's her
winter,
trick?
well, over the winter, ours got quite slippy then in the
Yeah,
end, and Clive should tried to scrub it. And I thought, right, Nancy will bound to have one. And she did. Jamie, it's come up brilliantly. So
what is
you
it?
just wet, if you can do it before it rains, otherwise you have to wash it off. If you can do it before it rains, you sprinkle not bicarbonate, you sprinkle washing soda, crystals. You can get the in Sainsbury's or wherever, the washing soda. You sprinkle,
Not washing powder.
no, no, it's the soda crystals.
Right, okay, washing
Okay,
soda. Yeah, I get it.
yes, you can get
Yeah,
them in a bag.
yeah,
Sometimes they go a bit hard and you have to kind of bash the bag. So you wet the paving stone. So this is for steps or any pathway that's green or a bit slimy. I just got a watering can. I poured water all over the front paving stones by our front door. Then it goes down with you sprinkle the washing soda crystals all over.
yeah, yeah,
A drizzle of washing up liquid. So literally just a drizzle on top of that. Get your brush, give it a bit of a scrub, leave it. So you don't wash it off immediately. Leave it. If it's about to rain, then the rain will do its job. I left it in about 3 hours and then thought, oh, is it going to rain or isn't it? And of course, as soon as I started then trying to wash it with water and just scrub the water down, it started raining. So I thought, right, I'll just leave it to it. Went back out again, just a quick with a brush. I mean, obviously there's some brushing to go on. Sun came out. Well, I'll probably take the thumbnail of it. They're
yeah.
great. I mean, the green that was under the corner of the porchway, because we've got a wide frontage, I mean,
Mm,
was really bad. And I thought, it still looked a bit, And then actually, after the sun had been on it, it's perfect. Green's all gone.
okay.
So, and of course, no chemicals then, no bad chemicals going into, if you're on a pathway into the
No,
garden, you've not got anything toxic going in or really changing the pH. So
Well,
perfect.
well, you're saying pH, and I'm sitting here with a puzzled face, thinking that's gone alkali, then, hasn't it? That's alkali with
Yes.
the cleaning. And because it's quite a gentle alkali, it's not you're not damaging anything. You're not doing any harm to the
No,
pets or the plants or.
no,
Oh, okay, I'm
none of
gonna have to
that.
do it.
So
I'm gonna have to do it.
have a go. So,
Oh,
get some washing soda crystals.
washing
So
soda
you
crystals. Yeah,
wet it,
yeah,
sprinkle washing soda over, a
yeah.
little drizzle of
Washing up
washing
liquid.
liquid, give it a good old brush
Brush it.
in, leave it. And if
Leave.
it's going to rain, the rain will wash it away. And if
Right.
not, then go out a few hours later. I just use the watering can, sprinkle it down, brush the water in the direction of the drain. And then I thought, oh, now it is raining. So came in, left it. And when I went back out, the sun had been out. And
It's
literally
gone.
by the next day as well, it looked even better because the sun
Did
was out
it?
again. Yeah,
Okay. Okay. I've got to do
yeah,
it.
yeah. There you
Next.
go. So, yes,
Next tip, Jill. Next tip. Come on. We need them.
well, it was the talking about the ivy leaves. That's where we started, wasn't it? Nancy Birtwhistle. So the ivy
Yeah.
leaves, absolutely. If you break the ivy leaves, you'll feel that they're quite soapy. And that's
Yeah.
actually, if you're out and about and you've got dirty hands, find some old, the older the ivy leaves, the better. It's got more kind of soap in it. If you crush them up and, you've got soap suds. So there you
What?
go.
Just the ivy leaf?
Just the ivy leaf. Yes.
Hang
You're
on.
looking
Where's all
at me
the
like,
description and everything? Where's all the bits I've got to buy?
you haven't
Just
got to
ivy
buy
leaf
anything, just ivy leaves and water.
and water. Okay.
All right. But if you're out and about, you can just crush the ivy leaves
So
and you'll
you're
feel it.
okay, Jill. What you're telling us is I can go out to the garden, I can get a bit dirty, pulling my ivy down, I can carry a couple of leaves into the house, I
Yeah.
can go to the sink, put a
Yeah.
bit of water in, rub them
Yeah.
together, and that will wash my hands.
Yes.
You're bonkers.
But you can also use
Sounds,
it.
it
What I'm
sounds
talking
mad.
about is big things, a load of ivy leaves, which you crush up, wash, and you can use that then as laundry soap. So for washing your washing. And the same, you must know my conker tip in October. Go collect the conkers, and you can make conker washing liquid
Oh,
as
Jill,
well.
Jill, you're getting to me. You're getting to me. This constant Nancy Birtwhistle thing. It isn't constant. This na Now you're making me think, what am I doing with my life? Why aren't I doing this?
I
What's
don't
wrong
know,
with
Jamie,
me?
because it's all free. And of course, we are digressing.
See, now you've just said the
Can
word
I
that
just
does
say,
everything.
I am
It's
not
free.
advertising. I'm not being paid. This podcast is
And
not being sponsored by Nancy Birtwhistle. I
they know
just,
that. They know that.
I'm
There's only
very
three people that
passionate.
listen. There's only three people that listen. They know we're not good. Nobody would give us sponsorship, Jill. Sorry. Nobody.
I'm
They're just
very
like,
passionate, as you know, about sustainability and what can I
I
do
think
to
it's,
not put chemicals down the drain
yeah.
which end up, as we know, with water companies now, out
Oh.
in the sewers, down the rivers, killing fish, you know. So if
But
I can do something, then I do. And
and
it's
the thing
cheaper.
is, yeah,
Yeah.
the thing is, Jill, by you doing that natural, the more people that would do that natural thing
Yeah.
is would be shifting the balance of what does go down the drain.
Correct.
So
And there's
so
millions of people now around the world who are all
so you
Nancy Birtwhistled. We
I'm
call
not
it in
saying
our
you
house
guilt
doing a Nancy.
I'm not saying you're guilt tripping me into this, but it's working. It's working.
Well,
I'm gonna have to go and get some ivy.
for
Where
me,
can I get some
Jamie,
ivy from?
I don't know, Jamie. Have you got any in the garden?
I might have a little bit.
I will
Golden
find
thing.
you the page, I'll photocopy it and send it to you so you've got the full recipe. But of course, the laundry liquid, I love doing it. It goes really gloopy and thick, and that's one bar of soap. If you've got lots of slithers of soap, I always think about hotels, when you use
Yeah.
a bar of soap once, if you had somebody who had, I mean, lots of hotels now don't they have the pump action and they refill, which I like to see rather than all the
Yes.
little bottles and everything. But I buy and it's always the cheapest, which has got no smells in it, no chemicals. The
The
very
cheapest
basic
is
of
the
soap
best.
is the best. So I buy the cheapest, I think, which is about 45 pence for a bar of soap. I mean, I buy the pack of three or whatever, and I make my own laundry liquid. and 1 bar of soap usually does me. Jackson still uses, the normal. Well, the brand name is E-Cover, and again, we're not being sponsored by them. And I said to him, Jax, I need some of these really big things. I don't use them anymore. I'd thrown them out. So he's bought 2 or 3. I think I'm up to 3 now, and 1 bar of soap will easily fill 3 of those really big
Yeah.
containers of laundry liquid. Absolutely. It goes quite gloopy, so every now and then I have to put more water in. You must see me make it. I've filmed it, I think, on Instagram when I make it. I'll do it. I'm due to do some soon. I'll film it again. So many people have asked and then gone, this is incredible.
So how many
So,
conkers?
oh, now we're talking conkers. Conkers
Oh, so
probably about
hang on
20.
then.
That was
So
soap. That was just a bar of soap.
just the bar of soap
Bar
makes
of
one.
soap, and then you go and add to make it thick. I think again washing soda crystals. I'll give you the recipe. You put it in a saucepan, you grate it up, loads of water. You grate it up, loads of water, let it melt, stir it around till it melts, add in the crystals, and it goes really, really thick. I mean, really thick. So you need a big saucepan. And then you add in more water and more water. And as it cools, it'll go even thicker. So I add in a bit more water. I use my hand blender to go. Love the sound effect.
Brilliant.
And then I decanter it into my big empty containers.
How,
I leave a gap because again it'll go really thick. So I
so
add
that you
more
can.
water in. So I can add
Okay.
more water in, give it a really good shake. And actually I've just put a wash on now with it.
Okay.
And
Okay.
I've made my own softener.
Right. Hang on. Before you go softener,
Mhm.
let's save softener for next week. People are going to say, where's the other thing you've got to talk about? We'll do so before you go softener, or do softener next week. How long do you think you spend on making what a person would buy in an average bottle, which is probably half a litre or a litre or whatever?
Yeah,
How long do you think you spend
it's
doing
more
it?
than half a litre. It's a litre, isn't it? Well, how long does it take to grate a thing of soap and melt it in a saucepan? And then I come back every now and then. I don't know.
10 or
If I add a little
15 minutes?
10 or 15 minutes, if that.
Now, hang on, is this real 10 or 15 minutes, or is this I'm popping out into the garden 10 or 15 minutes?
No, it's probably a real 10 or 15, but I don't, I stand there and stir it
That's
while
not
it
bad, is
melts.
it?
And
That's
then
a
I
good
just,
return.
exactly. Well, it's about, as Nancy, I think, says, about 20p a big bottle of laundry. And how much are they now in the shops? About 8, 9,
Oh,
£10 a bottle because I haven't bought any for years. So I don't go down that aisle. And there are
Gill,
about £10, aren't they? Those big
yeah.
things. So
This is where big industries got us, isn't it?
correct,
You
correct.
know, it's where I'm going to go. It's my favorite word on here, greed and
Yeah,
all of that. And it isn't necessarily greed of the business, it's greed of what shareholders, as I've said before, shareholders expect a
yeah,
good dividend nowadays. 50 years ago, sometimes they wouldn't get to pay out, and sometimes they'd have to be asked to be paying,
yeah.
and sometimes they'd get, but now it's all
I'm
big.
not nope, not doing that anymore.
Oh,
So
crikey, Jill.
and
Okay.
the best, here we go again. This isn't an advert, I promise you, for Nancy Birtwhistle. Actually,
Does
I'm
she
just going to
listen?
have a brainwave. No,
She'll
I'm just going to
listen.
have a brainwave here. As I've got 3 books which are a bit substandard, if anybody, a competition, if you'd
Oh,
like a copy, I'd happily put one in the post to you. So if you follow, here we go. If you follow Jamie and I on Instagram,
okay.
then
Okay.
and enter on there. I'll do a competition if you like. Message me on there because I can't do an open one, obviously, because it's Nancy Birtwhistle's book and it's kind of secondhand, or via DM us. And then any names that I've got, we'll pull one out and I will send you a Nancy Birtwhistle book.
On the condition to
Go on.
prove that they listen to us, so you'll have to use it on the thumbnail, competition time or whatever. To prove that they listen to us, they've got to tell us one of our pets' names.
I don't think I've ever mentioned mine.
You have, you did, you
Oh,
have,
did I?
and
Okay.
I'm always mentioning mine.
I wouldn't remember that, but okay, if that's it.
Can't
So
you remember my dog?
yes. Do you want me to
Right,
say
okay.
it? So
Shall we just to give them a no?
yes, go on. Let's give them a clue. Your dog's called Poe.
Oh, potato. Pay.
Yes,
Yeah.
rather than poo, as I thought it
And you've
was to
got
start with.
and
I've
yours,
got Silvio and Morgan. There you
Morgan.
go. So now you've had to have listened. If you'd listened and you would like a copy, DM us, um, on Instagram, or as I say, you can comment under the podcast. I'll put the names in a hat type situation, pull one out, and if there is only one, well, you'll win. I don't think we'll have hundreds, Jamie.
No, well, that's great, isn't it? And you can tell we're not used to doing competitions, can't you?
Absolutely. So, yes, there we go. We started in the garden and
We
we've
haven't
ended up with
finished.
Nancy Birtwhistle. No, we've got a few minutes, I think. Wasn't timing this, so I'm not really sure what time we started, Jamie. I
We
forgot.
were going to talk a little bit about go on.
eBay and Facebook.
Right, can we do a thing where you say one thing and then I'll give my counter thing because we know how whenever I come up with a problem, you always come up with a solution or whatever. Go, you start.
Well, for me, it's been trying to sell stuff again on Facebook. Unfortunately, my sister's gone into a care home, so we've had furniture and all sorts to sell. And it takes forever. When people say, "Oh, just pop it on eBay." Okay, I'm not experienced at tech, I admit it. I'm not an experienced eBayer or Facebook marketplacer, if that's a word. But the time it takes, and then the messages you have to keep track of, and you can reply immediately. This tends to be a Facebook rather than an eBay that says, "Is this still available?" And I'll go back. And if I happen to be on there, because I don't have notifications, if I happen to be on there and I go straight back and say yes, then you get no response.
Yeah.
Or you get 20 million questions. Say, okay, great. Thank you very much. Would you like no response? Can I pick it up tomorrow? You go back with the time, say, could you confirm? No response. It drives me mad. And again, it's all part of my sustainability drive, I suppose, that I don't want it all to go to landfill. And it's
Yeah.
amazing what you sell. The one thing we haven't sold is a brand new single two-drawer divan bed. My sister slept on it for 4 nights. Anyway, you were going to counteract quickly because I've done a lot of talking here today. Again.
It's yeah. Okay. I put a bench on eBay with a starting bid of £400 a few months ago and a buy it now of 600 or 700. It's a very good bench. It's very good. Um, I've let it roll over from 1 week to the next.
Hmm.
11 weeks it's been going, not a bite, nothing at all. Couple of questions over that 11 weeks, and then it sort of fades out. And I think, oh, I wonder how it's doing. I wonder if anybody's looking at it. Yesterday, I had a message from somebody. Love the bench. It's exactly what I need. And this is the thing, I dropped the price to 350
Mm.
starting bid and 500 or something, buy it now. And the guy said, um, love the bench. I've got a couple of commissions to do before I can purchase. Um, can we do a deal on 350? And I'm thinking, well, just bid on it, mate, because if you put a bid on it, you'll
Mm.
get it for whatever I put it on 350. Um, and I messaged him back and just said, just if you can't do it for a couple of weeks, I'm sure it won't go anywhere in a couple of weeks. Just bid on
Mm.
it in a couple of weeks' time, and it's yours. But I
Yeah.
did say, here's my crafty. Here's my crafty. I did say, if you want to come and look at it, I'd advise you to come and look at it because it is very good. It is a bit big, and you need to bring a vehicle that you think it's going to
Mm.
fit in. I've got the dimensions on there. That's what I told him. My thing is, it's my bench. It doesn't particularly own the business anything,
Mm.
and I don't want to build up this. Um, you're allowed to sell up to £1,000, I think, now before they give you
Mm.
details to HMRC. Well,
Yeah.
it's mine. It's not the business selling it, and because of that, my eBay account doesn't recognise that some of it's business and some of it's mine. So
Mm.
I will say to him, "There it is. If you want it, give me cash." And I might
Yeah.
knock a couple of quid off the cash.
Yeah.
which isn't doing HMRC out of money because it isn't, because I don't sell enough. I really don't. But I know that this year is a year where I'm planning on getting rid of things.
Talking about, well, I agree. And we were
So,
having to clear my sister's flat. So
yes,
again, that's the complication is none of us live there. So when people say, "Oh, can I pop round tomorrow morning to pick it up?" We can't
yeah,
because we have to arrange for one of us to go. Well, I'm obviously down in Devon. And
mm,
then the last thing, which is the bed, and I think there's one chair left, we'll call the hospice. And that's my way again of sustainability because the hospice people come out, pick it up, and they
yeah,
take it to their hospice warehouse,
yeah.
for people who can go and buy from there. I couldn't give it away. People are saying, "Oh no, my kids have double beds," and you just think, "Wow, wow." And my sister and I are going, "But is everybody's house big enough for their children? In a three-bed house to have a double bed in the little bedroom? Or are we imagining things?"
No, well, houses are getting smaller, aren't they? Really, the
Well,
average houses.
mm,
Maybe they just, maybe they don't have anywhere to walk around the bed.
exactly, they just climb out. So, but yeah, it's my experience with eBay and Facebook. I'm not experienced. You've just taught me something about I didn't really understand why you do a buy it now price is higher than the bid price. And maybe I should have done that with the sofa. And then somebody said yes for the sofa, and I've got yes, it's the bid's gone in, it's been accepted, blah blah blah. Said to right, okay, can you pick it up on Saturday? Oh no, sorry, can't do that then. And then wanted a refund. So you just think, oh, for goodness sake. Anyway, that's my little gripe. But
I've got one little thing to add to our thing, which is I was just making a purchase, and this is a tech thing. So I get your eBay thing, I get that.
mm,
Facebook people, I've got to say it, Facebook people are a bit weird. I don't know why they
yes,
never
I
get back to
agree.
you. eBay people
A better,
are
I
better,
agree.
are
I,
better,
I
but the
totally
Facebook people,
agree.
I think, you know what I think? I think they work 23 hours a day. I think when they're in the bathroom or whatever, they'll send you a message and they don't get back to you. They don't even look at their phone because they're so busy. That's in my
Mm,
head. They're so
yeah,
busy with their lives that they can't look back at it. I'm just purchasing something that from a website that I've never purchased before. I was doing just before we started, and Google comes up with this when you know when you have to put all your details in,
yeah,
your address, your name, your
yeah,
favorite pet, all sorts of blooming stuff you have to put in. I'm doing all that, and as you're doing it on mine because I'm Android, I'm not Apple. People should know by now. I will never do Apple. It comes up with suggest a strong password. I'm like, oh, okay, great. Suggest a strong password. So I click that button. So it auto fills the first line of the two lines it's asking for a password. I come to the second line.
mm-mm,
It won't let me copy the first one and put it into the second. And when I go down to the chain to the other bit where it says suggest password, it gives me a different password. So I'm like, you're blooming stupid because I need to be able to copy that to do it twice, and it won't let me. So now in my head, I'm having to invent, and this password was a brilliantly long one with exclamation marks and all sorts of signs. And I just thought, well, that's
yeah.
a great password. No one would ever get that. No, now I've got to come up with one that's probably the dog's middle name and some sort of plant something with ivy in it as well. And I've got to use capitals and also and it's
Yes.
just like, oh, for heaven's sake, please come on, tech. You should be better than this.
Well, it's meant to help us. It's about making it secure, but it's a nightmare. And it comes back to my sister, who, because of her brain, issue, isn't quick enough. And of course, she's trying to put something in, and it's saying, "Well, you've got 10 seconds, 5 seconds, 4 seconds, three
Oh,
seconds," and then it's gone. And of course, she can't copy something down quick enough when they say, "Take this code down." And
yeah,
she's trying to just do it all on her phone. So by the time she's taken a code down, and then you've got to go to she's in a text to pick up the code, and then you've got to go back to, of course, the
yeah.
screen's logged out because
Oh,
she can't go,
at the
literally her
speed.
brain
Yeah,
won't process at that speed. So she tried something three, four, and then of course it locked her out. So, oh, the joys. But technology, of course, you see, doesn't take into account somebody who can't process
yeah,
that quickly,
yeah.
Jamie, you know? And it's not that we can do it as such, with an LPA, because she isn't deemed incapable of doing it.
Yeah.
But the website ticks down too fast for her. For us, it probably seems really slow. But for her,
Yeah.
it's too
Oh,
quick. So
bless her.
there we go. Anyway, as I say, I haven't timed it. I'm not sure how long we are. So competition time. As I say, I will warn you. I will attempt to repair the book, and
Attempt.
if
Oh,
you'd
I love
like
it.
it,
I love it. That's the get
I
out clause, that is.
will. I will repair
Attempt.
the
Yeah, but
book.
you're
It
saying
might come
attempt.
apart. It might come apart when you get to it. I might not have
Yes.
the right glue or the Japanese tissue paper that you need to repair stuff, as
It
Clive
might come
keeps
in
saying
two
on the repair
parcels.
shop. Yes,
The book bit in
no,
one
it'll
and the
come.
binder in another one.
No, it won't be quite that bad. So there we go. So we've gone from gardening to a big deal about Nancy Birtwhistle because I'm very much, I mean, I'm going to say before she came along, I have got the vinegar book, the lemon book and the bicarbonate of soda book. In those days, I used to buy the books and I used to use that. So I was well aware of some of the stuff that she does,
Yeah.
but can highly recommend if you want to make stuff cheaply and sustainable and be friendly to the environment, then absolutely. Do you not follow her, Jamie, on Instagram? I'm going to tag you now.
No, I don't. You know what? I've got to be honest. With all this tech stuff going on, get out into your garden, put your phones
Yes,
down.
yes, which I
Life's
do.
so much better. I'm
Actually,
not
I'm
doing.
going to be getting in the bathroom today. I'm decorating that. I'm kind of
Oh,
piecemeal
nice.
decorating our ensuite in between clients and having to go up to Surrey tomorrow on my own. And F1 starts. Woohoo! That's my only comment at the end of this. It will have started, of course, by the time this podcast goes out on Wednesday.
So, what is it this weekend? Who is it?
It's Australia.
Australia.
It's the
Oh, okay.
first Grand Prix. All sorts of problems, of course, because of what's going on in the Middle East. So it doesn't look like they'll be racing in Saudi or Bahrain or Abu Dhabi's at the end of the year. We'll see about that. And of course, people trying to transit through, a lot of them have got stuck on their way to Australia, got stuck. So we're trying to get them out to get them into Australia. Anyway, Jamie, great to talk to you. That's
And you, Jill.
another 2 weeks gone by. I can't believe we're already on our way through March. Thank you to
Meow.
everybody for literally
Sorry.
meow.
It is
Uh,
meow.
thank you to everybody who does listen. That's our half dozen people. Actually, Jamie, it was really good the other time. We had, I think, 110 downloads. So I don't know what went wrong that
What?
week. I know.
What?
I know.
What is wrong with people?
So thank you very
110.
much to our hardcore listeners. If you would like
Yes,
a
thank
copy,
you.
so you know what I've been talking about, and to help save the planet, then enter our competition. The trouble is, Jamie, we'll have to keep an eye. I'll have to keep finding where people might answer it if it's not on Instagram. And we will speak to you in a couple of weeks. If you know anybody else who'd enjoy our natters, then by all means, share, like, subscribe, and all the rest of it. Jamie, you have a good couple of weeks. I'm hoping that the motorway and the A303 and Stonehenge, which I shall see twice again tomorrow, which will be Saturday. So by the time this comes out, hopefully I'm home safe and sound.
Yeah, all the good vibes from the search from Stonehenge.
Thank you very
There you
much.
go.
Thank you. Okay, you take care and speak to you again soon.
Cheers. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.